Let's set up on our mats. Please make sure you have your waters, whatever props you can use. If you don't have blocks, it's fine. Just use books and then a blanket or a towel to sit on. And for this part, for this introductory part, I'll stay here with you, but then I'll move back so I can practice with you. You're just gonna come into a comfortable seat. You're just gonna roll the shoulders all the way up and back and then all the way up and forward. Feel free to close your eyes here. Feel free to have them open. It's up to you. We're just stretching out the neck. So shift the head from side to side, feeling the neck stretch at the base, right in here. And then you can take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. As you squeeze the shoulder blades together, you want to press the knuckles towards the floor and then draw those shoulders down. As you draw your shoulders down, you're going to notice how you create more space in the neck. And then you're going to press the ear into one shoulder. Feel that stretch in the side of the neck. This is really good. If you can't get a massage, at least you're stretching your neck, so creating a little extra space. And then you can turn your head over to the side and then press the chin down. You're going to feel that stretch in the front of the neck into the collarbone. And then press the chin all the way towards the center. You can roll the head from side to side. And then all the way to the opposite side, press the chin down. Opposite ear into opposite shoulder. I usually feel this the most, so I might want to spend a little extra time on my second round of these. I might want to spend a little more time in my side bends instead. You choose whatever you want to go to. And then we're going to reverse the circle of that head that we just created. So I'm just going to come into my side bends. You can come into your chin to shoulder stretch if you want. You can just come and rolling your head from side to side, whatever was the most beneficial to you to create a little extra space in the side of the neck. Excellent. If you hear those little cracks, that's excellent because we're releasing those little adhesions that tend to build up there. When you're ready, you can begin to release, shake it off through the hands. Take your time with this. And then we're gonna take the index finger and the middle finger, the two fingers right into our jawline, between upper jaw and lower jaw. You wanna press into that muscle that is right between the two, connecting the two. If you're not feeling exactly where you need to be, open and close the bottom of your mouth, and that muscle that's moving underneath your fingertips, pinpoint it down. See if you can create circular movements around it or even just press into it. It's creating quite a bit of tension if it's tight. And that's the muscle that we tend to tense up whenever we're feeling tension. That's the muscle that we use to speak. That's the muscle that we use to chew. That's the muscle that we grip our teeth with if we're holding onto discomfort and not letting go. And then so try to relax that muscle as much as possible. It relates and connects to lower body muscles. So you want to feel that relaxation all the way down. And then you can move down to your neck, the sides of the neck. I'm not in the front where my veins and nerves are, but I'm in the side of the neck. And I'm massaging, pressing into those sides, really massaging, and then coming into the shoulders. And I'm grabbing those muscles, the base of the neck touching into the shoulders, grabbing those muscles and really pulling them. And I might feel tension there. That might really be a good spot for a tennis ball later, or somebody just to grip them and release them. And then opposite hand comes into the opposite shoulder, squeeze and release. So grab that meaty part between your neck and your shoulder joint, and then really squeeze and release it a couple times. You might feel tension underneath. If you are feeling tension, pinpoint that point down, like really hold on to it and just see if you can release it. It usually hits the peak before it releases. So don't be afraid to just release those spots on your own if you're able to. And then roll the shoulders back. Relax the hands on your knees. Close your eyes if you haven't already. And let's take a few deep breaths. Now that we've created a little extra space in the upper body, let's begin to focus on our breath before we move on to the rest of the body. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, completely relaxing the body here, completely relaxing the breath, sighing it out if you can, completely letting go. Make sure that your sighs are audible or inaudible, whatever makes you feel better, whatever comes out naturally, whatever comes out organic. But with that sigh, allow yourself to release any tension surrounding the heart region, any discomfort in the body, any mental expectations or feelings that are still lingering around. It seems almost like a curse that when we get pregnant, we also inherit a list of worries, a list of fears, a list of all these thoughts that you might not have had before. Let all of that go. One by one, throughout your exhale, let all of that go. That's a constant reminder for myself. That's a constant reminder for my clients, my students. And we need to be reminded. Once we're reminded of it, it feels a little easier. It feels like somebody out there is feeling the same exact way. Use your breath, the only tool that you have to keep you present and to keep you relaxed and to focus on what's actually important. Begin to craft an intention for your practice today. Sometimes I say whatever feels natural or unique and organic to you in your practice. Today, I will offer you with some ideas. Perhaps your intention, your mantra, whenever you're feeling tension in your pregnancy, during the practice, during a discomfort pose or contractions to come or labor pains, your mantra can be let go. There's no way we can control anything, and there's no way we can tense up and hold on to the tension. So let it go. Easier said than done, I know, but keep reminding yourself. Perhaps another mantra can be, this is not going to last forever. This also has an end. This also shall end. Perhaps another mantra can be strong, be resilient, be patient. Ladies, whatever resonates with you, perhaps I haven't even mentioned your mantra and you have something else in mind, that's absolutely fine. So with your next breath in, take your palms together in front of your heart and press your thumbs into the center of your chest. Lift your sternum up so you're lengthening through the upper back, sitting a little taller, growing a couple inches taller. And begin to set that intention for your practice, whatever that intention was for you. And then rub the palms together. Rub the palms fast enough and as much as you can to create some heat and some energy between the palms, and place the palms over a part of your body that needs that extra love, care, compassion, patience, whatever it may be. And then let's begin to release the hands and let's allow the eyes to open. We're going to cross the opposite leg in the front here so that we can even out the hips. Whatever leg you had in the front, just cross the opposite leg. And then we're going to take a few side bends, creating a little extra space in the sides of the body. So as you inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to go to my left. So you can go to your right. So let's side bend over to the right. Relax the bottom hand. Relax the shoulder. And reach up and over with the top hand. Inhale back into center. And as you exhale, over to the opposite side. I'd like to do 2 more on each side here. You really want to ease into the stretch, but you really want to feel the depth of the stretch each time you come into it a little deeper to create more and more space in the side of the body, in the sides of the ribs, so you're creating more space for you to be able to breathe, but also in the sides of the belly so that the baby has more space to grow. Reach the hands up for this next one and the last one. Turn the torso towards the right side. Plant the right hand to the floor and then reach up and over. I'm just trying to get to this mid-back section right here. So reach up and over, creating a little extra space in the back of the belly. Inhale to reach up. And then let's turn the torso over to the opposite side. Plant your left hand to the floor, then reach up and over with your right. Excellent. Let's come back to center. Reach the hands up. Let's take a slight twist over to the right. Relax your right fingertips behind you. Not too deep here. Not a closed twist. You can just lengthen the spine and exhale to twist just to add a little more flexibility in the spine. Reach the hands up towards the sky, coming back through center, and then over to the opposite side. Excellent. We'll come back to center. Reach the hands up. Say hello to my pup. And then we're going to come and unwind the legs, coming into reverse table. So I wanted to stretch out the shoulders here. I'm going to plant the hands behind us, fingertips are facing us, and then press the feet into the floor, just a little bit ahead of you as the knees are bending. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the hips up. And maybe they reach up to this point. Maybe they come further up. Keep the gaze up so the neck is nice and long. The further up you press your hips, the more of a stretch you're going to feel in those shoulders. One more deep breath in, press the hips up, and then slowly begin to bring the sit bones to the floor. Open up the knees apart, and then just shift forward as you're rounding the spine a little bit. We're going to do that one more time, just to open up to the shoulders. Again, it's up to you how far up you press your hips. The more you press them up, the more of a shoulder opener will be. Bring the feet back towards the center, not all the way to the center. Plant the hands behind you, fingertips facing you. When you're ready, lift the hips up. Look up so the neck is nice and long and you're not trying to look at me or the screen. Keep pressing the hips up towards the sky with each exhale. One more deep breath in. Relax the shoulders and then slowly come on down. Open up the feet mat distance apart and then just hug the knees in a little bit. Excellent. Let's begin to shift over to one side and we're coming to all fours. I guess he's gonna stay with us for this part. You can use your blanket or your towel here if you like to cushion the kneecaps, especially if you're on a hardwood floor. And then begin to take some organic movements of the spine, just like we did before for the neck and the shoulders. Now you want the lower part of the body. So maybe that's just shifting the hips from side to side. Again, side bending, shifting the hips all the way around, creating a little bit of flexibility in the pelvis and the hips. This is where I was talking about the feet stretching. Ashley, when you curl your toes here and then shift the hips back into the heels, you'll feel the feet stretching really here. This is really good, not just for stretching the feet, but also releasing any fluid retention that we might be having, or any tension in the feet in general. And ladies, remember that slight stretch in the front of the belly, especially for bigger bellies, if you're feeling this part of the lower belly really pulled, just kind of easing into your upward facing dog, your lazy upward facing dog. So knees are grounded, and then you're kind of easing forward and easing into one hip, one side, and easing into the other. You might not feel this whole right now, just because the belly is smaller, but as the belly grows, if you're starting to feel those, that tightness that you were saying earlier, this is going to be a really good one. But you kind of have to ease into it so you don't pull the wrong ligaments. Excellent. We'll come back into table, back into all fours, and we're going to start with cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze, look up. Now as you exhale, round the spine, press the back of the spine all the way up. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze, look up. Exhale to round as much as you can. For the bigger bellies, try not to drop your belly so much that it's pulling the round ligaments and you're feeling it in the groin. But try to round as much as you can, really stretching through the spine and the ribs and relax the head. We're going to come back into table, back into all fours. We're going to take the right foot back behind us, Keep the ball of the foot on the floor. And let's take another side bend. Take it over to the left side and look over your left shoulder. The further up you can see that straight leg, the more of a side bend you're going to feel. So keep pressing your right ribs towards the opposite side, away from that left side. Excellent. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring it back into center. We're going to bend the knee and flex the foot, 90-degree angle. Press the foot up towards the sky. And as you exhale, release the knee to the ground. We're going to do 4 more exactly like that. Inhale to press the foot all the way up. Engage to the glute and release. Inhale to press up. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Last one like this. And release. Now we're going to extend the leg back. All 5 toes pointing towards the ground. And then press the floor away with both shoulders so you're not collapsing into the shoulders. And then reach the left fingertips out in front of you. Lengthen in 2 different directions. And as you exhale, bring the knee in and bring the elbow into your side. So you can watch me here. You're not bringing elbow into knee because you don't want to crunch into your abdominals, but you want to bring it to the side. Inhale to reach away, lengthen. Exhale to bring it in. 3 more. Inhale to reach away. Exhale to bring it in. Deep breath in, reach away. Exhale. Inhale to reach away. Exhale. Now inhale to reach away, stay there, or bend the back knee, grab hold of the foot, press the foot into the hand, press away, lengthen, and then slowly let's begin to release. Before releasing to our child's pose, let's open up the knees mat distance apart. Grab that right hand, grab the back of the hand, and then pull it towards you so you're stretching out your wrist here. Excellent. Keep pressing the wrist towards the front of the room. So you're going to feel this all the way up your forearm. Very nice. Now reverse your palm facing up towards the sky. Grab all 5 fingers and then pull them towards you as you're pressing your forearm up towards the sky. Very nice. Feel free, if you're feeling it on the opposite side too, feel free to repeat that on the opposite wrist. But since we did so much on the right wrist, I think the right one was the one that needed that. And then release all the way down into your child's pose. Feel free to grab a block underneath the forehead, a pillow underneath the chest here. Let it go completely all the way down. Child's pose doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be really relaxing. It could be sometimes a little compressing, so feel free to find something else if this is not working for you. Take a deep breath in, let it out, and then begin to plant the hands in front of you, reaching the fingertips away from you. Curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. And you begin to find some organic movements in your downward facing dog. So let's pedal the feet. Let's open up the feet mat distance apart to create more space for the belly. Let's bend into the right knee so much that you're pressing your left heel into the floor and vice versa so that you're stretching through the back of the legs. Press the chest towards the thighs to stretch out through the calves a little bit more. Relax the head so the neck remains nice and long. We're not holding any tension in the shoulders and the neck here. 1 more deep breath in. Press the heels into the floor. Inhale to shift forward into your plank. And as you exhale, you drop your right knee to the floor right below your right hip. He's doing down dog too. Right shoulder over the right wrist. This is our home office, you guys. And then plant the left foot to the ground, opening up into your side plank. Reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. So you're stacking shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip here. And if you feel stable enough, if you feel balanced enough, then lift the left foot off the ground. Energize that left leg and flex the foot. Reach away, press the floor away so you're not collapsing into that right shoulder. And then take that left arm up and over the side of the head. Let's find a side bend here, really pressing those left ribs up towards the sky. And then let's come back into table, back into all fours. 1 cat and cow just to kind of reset the spine. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale to round, round, round as much as you can. Let's come back into table. Grab those books or those blocks, whatever you have, and we're going to bring the right foot through. As you bring the right foot through, you want to make sure that the right knee is right on top of the right ankle. Roll the shoulders right on top of the hips, and then draw that right hip down so you're kind of evening out the hip points, the frontal hip points with the front. We're not shifting forward yet. We're just straightening out the front leg, coming into your half split. This is going to be really good for those leg cramps, those feet cramps, and any tension in the hamstrings, especially if they're tight. Lengthen through the spine and then hinge at the hip crease, pressing your chest forward, and then planting the hands on your blocks or your books or whatever props you have. You want to keep the spine nice and long here, you guys. You want to make sure that you're not rounding the upper back just to get closer, and then stretch. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale to press the chest forward, press the chest towards your toes. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to press forward. Can you keep tilting your tailbone towards the back? And that will intensify the stretch, but make sure you're micro bending the front knee and stick with your breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to press forward. Very nice. Then slowly begin to bend into the front knee. Bring the foot closer to you so that your knee is stacked right on top of the front ankle. So you're not shifting forward, pulling any round ligaments, and then reach the hands up towards the sky. Lift and lengthen. Now imagine you're pulling down a bunch of weights, and if you have a chance, get some weights next time and then pull them all the way down. Really energize through the arms. Reach the hands up. Exhale to pull down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to pull down. Excellent. Inhale to reach up, and then grab hold of your right wrist and take a side bend over to the left. Sorry, the left wrist, and take a side bend over to the right. Excuse me. Yes. Relax the shoulders. Lengthen through both sides of the body and side bend a little deeper. Come back to center. Open up the arms into a T, and let's take our twist over to the left. So left hand comes back, right hand forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to take a twist a little deeper. Let's come back to center. Release the hands to wherever props stabilize you, and then take that right foot out to the side, straight out to the side. Release the hands to the floor, and then turn your right toes over to the right upper corner of the room or right upper corner of your mat, and then begin to bend into that right knee and walk the hands over to the right side. You're going to feel this in your inner thighs, the bottom of your pelvis. You can shift from side to side. I'm not too sure what's going on lately. He's been like super attached. You can shift from side to side, or you can create hip circles here, pelvic tilts, whatever you need to kind of just create a little extra space at the bottom of the pelvis. Remember, this also stretches your pelvic floor muscles. Press the chest towards that corner you're facing. Very nice, ladies. Lengthen the spine, and then slowly come on back. Very nice. You can remove the props off to the side. We're going to find our first discomfort pose. So I'm going to just place my timer. And for this discomfort pose, we're going to add feet and arms. So get ready. We're just pumping it up a little bit more. So we're going to get started. Curl your toes under, shift the hips back, roll shoulders right on top of hips, and press the weight down. We're going to get started. Take the hands out to a T, and then we're going to create circles. So you can start your circles going forward or going backwards. We're going to reverse right in the middle of it. Now you're going to start feeling this tension rise. Jennifer, right? Yeah, no, Joanna. Joanna, you're going to hate me at the end of this because your shoulders are going to hurt even more tensing up. But that's a good thing. You have to make sure you remind yourself to not tense up your shoulders, right? You're just using your arms to create more strength. Try not to tense up through the shoulders. Relax through the mouth. Relax through the back of the jaw. Relax the feet as much as you can. I know that may mean that you're going a little deeper into the stretch. Use that mantra. Remember that mantra that we set at the beginning of the class. Can you remind yourself of that? Let's reverse the circles to the opposite side. Whatever side you chose, come to the opposite. If you have a pet or a child near you and it's providing entertainment, that's also a good distraction. Ollie, what are you doing? Excellent. 2 more deep breaths. We're almost there. 1 more deep breath. Sigh it out, ladies. Make it loud and release. Excellent. Very nice. Let's come back into table, back into all fours. Uncurl your toes and tap the tops of the feet on the floor to let go. For me today, that was not super painful. Maybe it's the pup, maybe it's not, but maybe some days it's not as painful as others. So just remember that. We're going to come back into table. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale to round. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze, look up. Exhale to round, round, round as much as you can. 1 more time. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale to round, round, round. As you inhale, come back into your table. You're going to take that left foot back behind you. Keep the ball of the foot on the floor and take it over to the right side. And as you take it over to the right side, look over your right shoulder. The further up you can see that straight leg, the more of a side bend you're going to feel on your left side, on your ribs and left side of the belly. Let's come back to center. Bend the knee to 90-degree angle, flex the foot. Press the foot up towards the sky, engage that glute, and then release the knee to the ground. Press the foot all the way up towards the sky, engage the glute, and release. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Deep breath in, exhale. Last one, exactly like this. Inhale, press up, engage that glute, and release. And then begin to straighten back, all 5 toes pointing towards the ground. Make sure your hips are squared off. Press the floor away with both hands so you're not collapsing into your shoulders. Right fingertips out in front of you. Reach away, lengthen, and as you exhale, you bring your elbow in and your knee in, but they don't touch in the center. Inhale to reach away. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Let it out. Last one. Exhale. Inhale to reach away, lengthen. You can stay there. Or bend the back knee, grab hold of the foot, press the foot away, lengthen, lengthen as much as you can, and then begin to release. Let's find a wrist stretch on the left side before we come down to our child's pose. So again, you're grabbing the back of your hand and pulling it all the way towards you as you're turning your forearm towards the sky. So you really want to feel it in this bulky part of the forearm and in your wrist, of course. When you're ready and you've had enough of that side, turn it over. Really pull those fingertips towards you as you press the forearm up towards the sky. And then let's release all the way down into child's pose. Feel free to use your props here for child's pose, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, whatever helps. Take a deep breath in, let it out. 1 more deep breath in, sigh it out. And then slowly begin to plant the hands out in front of you. Spread the fingertips wide, reach the fingertips towards the front of the room, towards the front of your mat. Curl your toes, and let's begin to lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can continue to pedal the feet, finding movement, or you can just find stillness, but make sure your feet are open, mat distance apart, creating more space for your belly, widening the stance, and creating more stability too. Press the heels into the floor, press the chest towards your thighs, but hug the belly close to you, so you don't want to be back bending through your low back here, creating too much of a pelvic tilt. You want to still keep your sacrum and low back nice and straight. As you inhale, shift forward into your plank. This time you're going to drop your left knee to the ground. And I'm going to just turn my sides here so I don't have you on my back. You're going to plant the left knee to the ground, right below the left hip. And then let's open up into side plank. You're rolling your right shoulder on top of left, right hip on top of left, reaching the right fingertips up towards the sky. Feel free, if you feel balanced enough here, to lift the right foot off of the mat. Energize that right leg and flex the foot. Now let's take the right hand up and over the side of the head, press the ribs up towards the sky. Really feel that wide stretch in the right side body, and then come back into center, back into all fours into table. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze, look up, and exhale to round, round, round as much as you can. Finding your table here and a little bit more stability in your spine. Excellent. We're gonna grab those props once again. I'm gonna take the left foot through. Again, you're not shifting forward, pulling the round ligament, but you're making sure that you're coming into your half split here. Take the hands to your hips, draw the shoulders down and draw the hips down so that your hips are squared off, and then begin to straighten out that left leg. Flex the foot and point the toes up towards the sky. Take the hands to your props. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lean forward. My mistake for not closing the door, huh? To the room. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lean forward. Keep tilting your tailbone towards the back, tilting your pelvis forward. Excellent. You're going to feel this in the back of the knee. And that's good. We're stretching out the hamstrings. We're creating more space for the pelvis. Relax the shoulders. Use your breath here to really let go of any tension in the mouth. Take a deep breath in, any tension in the back of the leg even, and press forward a little bit more. Very nice, ladies. Can you tilt your tailbone back even more? Excellent. Let's begin to bend into the knee. Plant the knee right on top of the front ankle, sliding it closer to you. Excellent. Reach the hands up. Remember, energizing the arms here, really pulling the arms down and back as if you're pulling down a bunch of weights. Reach the hands up. Exhale to pull down, show those muscles. Excellent. One more time. Inhale. Show the tension and the resistance in your arms. Very nice. And then reach up, grab hold of your right wrist, take a side bend over to the left. Relax the shoulders here, lengthen through both sides of the body, and side bend a little deeper. Come back to center. Release the hands to a T. Let's take our twist over to the right. So you're sending your left hand forward, right hand back, lengthen, and twist a little deeper. You're going to feel this right into your obliques, really pulling here in the side of the belly. Let's come back to center. You're going to grab those blocks or those props wherever you have on the right side and take your left foot out. Whenever you can and feel stable enough, release the hands to the floor. Turn your toes towards that left upper corner of the mat or the room, and then bend into that left knee and walk the hands over to the left side. And again, maybe shifting from side to side here. Maybe just pressing the chest forward, finding length in the spine, maybe hip circles or figure eights, whatever feels comfortable, whatever feels natural. This is a really good pose for contractions as well. You want to make sure that you're coming into this pose to find movement, to relax the pelvic floor muscles, and to also give a nice stretch into the inner thighs. And then let's come back to center, ladies, and find your last child's pose, your last relaxation pose here. You can shift the hips back, open up the knees wide. Whatever props you need underneath your forearms, your chest, your head, your forehead. Excellent. 2 more deep breaths. Sigh it out, releasing any tension whatsoever in the body. Take a deep breath in, let it out. And then slowly, slowly, let's begin to walk the hands towards us with our next inhale. We're going to come in for our second discomfort pose, this time a squat. You can take any blankets off to the side of the mat. You can open up your knees nice and wide. Carolyn, feel free to come into that deep squat so you're working with gravity. Feel free to sit on a block too if that helps. And for the rest of us, we're not quite there yet, so we're going to come higher up, 90-degree angle for the knees. You can relax your forearms to the ground, to the thighs, and then relax your shoulders. So feel free to find some movement here just to kind of create some sort of distraction and ease and a blood flow in the body and the mind, of course, and the breath. Try not to grip your palms together or grip your fingertips together. Sometimes even unconsciously we tend to do that. Try not to grip the feet into the floor. When I move from side to side, I like to pick up my feet just to remind myself to pick up and relax the feet. Relax the neck. You can shake your head yes or no. We're actually going to take this a step further today and find a little extra challenge halfway through. We're going to take the hands either to the hips or to heart center. We're going to come down an inch and up an inch. And you can keep moving from side to side as you're doing this, but you're finding more of tension in the thighs here as you're doing it. We got 15 more seconds. Stay with me. Relax the shoulders. Breathe it out. Sigh it out. Down an inch, up an inch. If you're coming down, come a little further down. Bring the hips to knee height perhaps. That's going to hurt. Come a little further down, and then let's come all the way up. Shake it off, ladies. Excellent. Shake it off as much as you can. You can even just grab your thighs and just shake them. That's a good pelvic floor release as well. And then we're going to find a relaxation pose. So come near a wall or a surface that you can hold on to. You're going to plant the hands on that surface and then come into your L shape. Ashley, for you especially, because of the calves and because of the feet, you can even grab the blanket. We've been doing this in previous classes and fold it. Make it nice and thick, just like you would do this on the edge of the step. And then place it underneath the balls of the feet, allowing your heels to reach for the floor. So you're kind of stretching out the calves a little deeper there. And then you're pressing your chest towards the floor as you're tilting the tailbone out and back. This is really good for lower back pain. This is really good for hamstrings to stretch, creating more space in the pelvis, leg cramps, calf stretching. Excellent. And then begin to come out of it slowly, slowly. Very nice. Excellent. Let's grab whatever props you have for that stability. Place them to the top of the mat. We're going to come up for our standing flow. You can place your blanket off to the side. You won't need it. As you're coming up to the top of your mat, feet can be hip distance or even outer hip distance apart. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Let's grab hold of the left wrist and take a side bend over to the right. Side bend as much as you can here, creating a little bit more extra space on the side of the belly. Inhale back to center. Grab the opposite wrist, take a side bend over to the left. Come back to center, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, trace your midline right back down, forward fold. Release the hands to whatever prop you have. So we're nice and long here, creating space. You can come halfway up, long spine. Keep the right foot where it is and take the left foot back, finding your lunge here. So you want to stay nice and high in your lunge. You want to keep your hips at shoulder height almost. Try not to shift forward. You don't want to pull those round ligaments. Feel free to keep your blocks where they are, or feel free to place them into the inside of the right foot and even further step back with your left foot. So lengthening. Excellent. Now we're going to move from front to back here. As you inhale, shift into your lunge, and as you exhale, you're shifting back, straightening out both legs and pressing the back heel into the floor. I don't know if you can see me, but it doesn't touch the floor. And I'm flexing my front foot. So again, calf stretching. Very nice. Inhale to shift forward into my lunge. Stay nice and high. Joanna, try not to shift forward all the way down because you're pulling your round ligaments. Excellent. Exhale to shift back. Straighten both legs. Press the chest forward. Inhale to shift forward into your lunge. Stay nice and high. Exhale to shift back. Very nice. Inhale to shift forward. Now pivot the back foot up and into a 45-degree angle. Let's come all the way up into your warrior one. Keep bending into the front knee. And let's turn the shoulders to face forward. Reach the hands all the way up towards the sky. As you inhale, you straighten out the front leg, reach up. As you exhale, you pull down and bend into the front knee. Inhale to reach up, lengthen, straighten both arms and legs. Exhale, pull down those elbows, pull them back even to stretch out through the chest and bend into the front knee. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to pull down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Take the hands behind you, ladies. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and press the knuckles down the back leg. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Now let's turn the torso towards the center of those 2 legs and fold for your humble warrior as you're sticking your right bum all the way back. Keep bending into the front knee. You're going to feel this in your right glute. So fold in the center of the 2 legs to feel this. Excellent. Let's come all the way back up. Shake it off through the hands. Relax the hands to the hips. Straighten out the front leg and pivot the back foot in a little bit to close your stance. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm opening up my feet a little further apart here to create more space for the belly. Lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, come halfway down for your pyramid. You can grab those blocks, you can grab those books, whatever props you have. Make sure that you're coming into an L shape once again, bringing your torso parallel to the floor. Again, I'm tilting my tailbone out and back, but not so much that I'm tilting my pelvis way forward and I'm compressing my lower back, just to find a nice long spine here. Keep the gaze down so the back of the neck is nice and long, and press your chest forward and slightly down. Stay with your breath, whatever tension you're feeling in the back of that right knee. If you're tight there, that's absolutely normal. Just bend the right knee just a tiny bit, and then tilt the tailbone out and back a little more. You're still going to feel the stretch. One more deep breath in, ladies. Let it out. Now let's begin to bend into the front knee so much that you're able to press the foot into the ground and come all the way up into your warrior 1. Inhale. And as you exhale, step it open and open up into your warrior 2. So you want to bring your back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Widen your stance. Keep bending into your front knee right on top of your front ankle. And make sure that you're pressing your knee, your right knee, back a little bit towards the second and third toe of your right foot so that you're engaging through the inner thighs here and really working your pelvic floor muscles. And then reach the hands out. Reverse the front palm and reverse your warrior. Keep bending into the front knee as you're reaching towards the back. Inhale back into warrior 2. And let's find extended side angle, front forearm to front thigh. Reach the left hand up and over. We tried this, I believe, last week. Internally rotate your left arm and take it back behind you into your right hip crease. So you're opening up through your left shoulder here. Very nice. Excellent, ladies. Now keep your left arm where it is. Come all the way back up. Straighten out the front leg. Just micro bend that knee so you're still using your muscles here. You're not collapsing into your joints. Shift the hips back towards the back of the room. Reach forward your right fingertips. Keep reaching, keep reaching. Left arm is still behind you. And then plant the right hand on your block or your book or whatever prop you have. So you're coming into your triangle, but with that left shoulder opening up to the sky as much as possible. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to stretch it out through the side body here. You should be feeling it in the obliques. Excellent. Let's begin to bend into the front knee. Now let's unwind the arms, coming all the way up. Bring the feet parallel to each other. And let's facing the side of the mat and fold either halfway or all the way down. For those of you feeling nauseous or heartburn, try not to come all the way down. Just grab a block or a book and just come halfway up so that you're keeping your head above the heart. You can just release the hands on whatever you're able to on the floor, whatever prop you're able to. You can shift the hips from side to side a little bit here, stretching through the inner thighs. Keep the gaze down so the neck is nice and long. Excellent. We're going to plant the right hand right in front of your face. Press the floor away so you're not collapsing into that right shoulder. Take the left hand up towards the sky. Keep your sacrum nice and straight here. So you should feel this twist in your torso, not the sacrum shifting from one side to the other. Release the left hand to the floor, press the floor away, and take the right hand all the way up towards the sky. Again, in the torso, feeling this, stretching out through the obliques. And then begin to release all the way towards the ground. Excellent. Let's come and find that third discomfort pose, toe heel the feet back in. We're going to close the stance a little bit more this time. And we're going to bring the hands all the way up. So we're adding arms. I'm coming basically to a chair pose. I think you can see me here sideways now a little bit better. So my knees are bending. I'm sticking my bum back as if I'm looking for that chair to sit on. We're going to add that challenge that we had it last time. I'm challenging your breath today. I'm challenging your mind, your body, but stay with me. Again, movement, moving from side to side during these discomfort poses will train you to move and find those movements when you're coming into contractions. You don't want to stay still and freeze up. You want to find relief and release. It lasts a minute, the average time of a contraction. So for that minute, find some sort of movement, find some sort of something that can relieve that pain and that discomfort, especially when you hit that peak. Now let's sit down an inch, come up an inch. Keep the arms up, down an inch, up an inch. You can do this with me. Down an inch, up an inch. Keep moving from side to side if that helps. Stay with your breath. One more. Sit a little lower, and then let's come all the way up. Shake it off, ladies. You can just grab your thighs and shake them off. And we'll come into our relaxation pose. So last time we did the L shape for the lower back, for the pelvis, for the hamstrings. This time we're going to do the figure four. So grab again that surface, whatever stabilizes you, a wall, a bed, whatever makes sense. Externally rotate your right foot, your right knee out to the side. Bring your right ankle right on top of your left knee. Bend your left knee and then stick your bum out and back as you're sitting low. Joanna, try not to shift the weight back, but instead shift forward towards the ball of your foot. There you go. But stick your bum out and back and press your chest forward. You should feel this right in the center of that right glute or left, whichever side you're doing. Excellent, ladies. This is really good for tight hips, for sciatica, if you're having any sciatica. Emily, this is the one that I was telling you about. If it helps at all with that pain that you've been feeling on the left side. And as you're finishing up, try the opposite side. One side is always tighter than the other. So see which side you want to stay in a little longer. And then we're going to come back onto our mats. Make sure you have those props in the front of your mat, and we'll come up into standing once again to do the opposite side of our standing flow. Excellent. Feet are a little further than hip distance apart just to have a wider stance here. Reach the hands all the way up towards the sky. Lift and lengthen. Grab hold of your left wrist. Take a side bend over to the right. Side bends are really helpful to create extra space inside of the body. That's pretty much where we can create space. Grab hold of your right wrist. Take a side bend over to the opposite side. Come back to center, reach the fingertips up towards the sky, lift and lengthen, and as you exhale, trace your midline right back down, forward fold. Grab hold of your blocks, your books, and stay nice and long here, halfway up. And then we're going to take the left foot back behind you. No, sorry. The left foot forward, right foot back behind you. I apologize about that. We're doing the opposite side, and we're staying nice and high for our lunge. So bring those blocks or those books to the inside of that left foot and stay nice and high for your lunge. So you can even wiggle the back foot even further back. But try not to shift forward and collapse, because then you'll be pulling around ligaments and it's just not a happy pain the next day. So stay nice and high, inhale. As you exhale, straighten out both legs, flex the front foot, press the back heel into the floor, stretching out the calves here. Inhale to shift forward into your lunge. Exhale, runner stretch, shift back. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to shift back. I apologize about my pets today. They're just taking over. We're gonna shift forward, and then we're gonna pivot the back foot up and into a 45-degree angle and come all the way up into your warrior one. Excuse me. Excellent. So as you are in your warrior one, reach the hands up towards the sky, roll the shoulders forward. Let's make sure that we're bending into the front knee right on top of the front ankle. As you inhale, you're gonna straighten out both arms and legs, reach up. As you exhale, pull down and bend to the front knee. Reach the hands up, straight arms and legs. Exhale, pull down, bend into the front knee. We're moving like this dynamically, really engaging arms and legs here, feeling it in both the arms and the legs. We got 2 more. Release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press the knuckles down the back leg, lift the heart, and then turn your torso towards the center of those 2 legs and fold. Keep bending into the front knee here and stick that left bum all the way out and back. You're gonna feel it in that left bum. Excellent, let's begin to release. Release the hands to your hips. Straighten out the front leg, pivot the back foot in a little bit to close your stance. I like to open up my feet a little wider here so I have more space for the belly. Lengthen, and as you exhale, come halfway down into your pyramid, and then release the hands to your blocks, to your books, whatever props you have. You want that stability though to create space between you and the floor. So Joanna, face forward towards the left foot. There you go, excellent. Walk the hands a little bit more towards the left. There you go, excellent, very nice. Press your chest forward, everyone, and down, and then tilt the tailbone towards the back. Nice and long spine here. Micro bend the front knee if there's no space or if it's too tight. It makes sense for it to be tight, that's absolutely fine. But the more you tilt your tailbone back, the more stretch you're gonna feel. So keep bending that left knee if you need to. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, fold a little deeper, then begin to bend the front knee and come all the way back up into your warrior one. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's open up warrior 2. Very nice. You're just making sure that the back leg is straight, back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Keep bending into the front knee, and track your front knee right on top of the 2 middle toes of your foot so that you're engaging your inner thighs here and really working your pelvic floor muscles. Reverse the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Come back into your warrior 2. Extend aside and go front forearm to front thigh. Internally rotate that right arm and bring it back behind you, rolling that right shoulder up towards the sky. So feel this in the obliques and the sides of the belly. Very nice. Let's come all the way back up. Straighten out the front leg, micro bending the front knee. Shift the hips towards the back, reach forward your left fingertips, keep the right arm where it is, keep reaching forward, and then plant that left hand on your block or book, whatever you have, rolling that right shoulder up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, exhale to shift your torso towards the wall you're facing a little bit more as you're turning. There you go, ladies, excellent. Then bend into the front knee. Let's unwind the arms. Come back into your warrior 2, but then your wide-legged forward fold. So you want to bring your feet parallel to each other. If you're feeling lower back pain or SI joint issues, bring your toes in, heels out. And then lengthen. And as you exhale, come halfway or all the way down, just depending on where you are, where you feel comfortable. Shift the hips from side to side a little bit to just stretch out through the inner thighs here. Relax the head. Excellent. And then we're going to begin to toe heel the feet back in, bend the knees, round the spine, and slowly come on up. And roll the shoulders back and over the hips. Very nice. We're going to come in for our last discomfort pose. This time we're going to do a wall squat. So it's even more difficult than the others. It's just gonna bump it up a little bit in challenge mode. Grab a block if you are able to and place it in between your thighs and come with your backs to the wall. And this time, unfortunately, you need a wall so that you have that stability. I'm going to be using my window seal here, and this is not quite the same, so make sure that you're stable wherever you are. Place the block in between the thighs, tuck the tailbone in so you're protecting your lower back. Walk the feet out in front of you, so when you're bending your knees, the knees are right on top of your ankles, and then begin to slide down and sit down for your wall squat. A little more challenging, right? A little more different, that you're not able to move as much here. So maybe shake off the hands and the arms. Maybe give yourself that little massage, that shoulder massage if you're able to, so that you're stretching it out a little bit in the shoulders and the base of the neck. Maybe give yourself that jaw massage that you did earlier in the beginning during centering. Maybe join me for horse flips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And then slowly, maybe expressing some noise to release the nervous system. You can always join me for an om or just hum if you like. Take a deep breath in. Shake off through the hands. One more breath. Inhale. Let it out with a sigh, and then slowly, ladies, with caution, come all the way up. You can shake it off. You can shake those thighs. Relax the pelvic floor. And then let's find another relaxation pose. So you can repeat your L shape, you can repeat your figure 4, or you can hold on to the wall or a surface and find the hip flexor stretch, just like we did earlier in all fours. You're gonna bend one knee, grab hold of the foot, and then press the foot away from you, towards the wall behind you, away from your sit bones. Don't lean forward so much that you're adding to a big back bend, but instead feel this stretch right the bottom of the belly and right into the hip flexor. You can feel this in the quads too, especially after all the squats that we've done today. When you're ready, you can calm down to a seat. Take your time, of course, no rush. And then we're gonna open up the feet wide as you're sitting on the edge of a blanket. Feel free to sit on the edge of something so that you're tilting your pelvis forward and creating a little extra leverage and a little extra space for your body here and your spine. Flex the feet as you're opening up the feet wide. Release the hands into the center, lengthen the spine, and then begin to walk the hands out in front of you and just walk the hands to wherever you're feeling that resistance and you're not able to release any further. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and then see if you can press the chest forward a little bit more. Maybe relax the feet, maybe soften the kneecaps, soften the thighs. Soften the back of the jaw, the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows. One more deep breath in to lengthen, and as you exhale, maybe bend into the elbows a little bit to release a little further, stretching out the inner thighs here and the hamstrings. And then slowly begin to walk the hands over towards the right side. And we're going to slide that right forearm to the inside of the right calf. Turn your torso over to the left, and then reach your left arm up and over as if you're reaching for the right toes, as if you want to grab the right toes. So you're really pressing through the left ribs here up towards the sky, really stretching it out. And then begin to walk the hands back into the center. See if this wide-legged forward fold feels any different than before, if you created a little extra space and if you're able to fold a little deeper. And then begin to walk the hands over to the left side. Slide your left forearm to the inside of the left calf. Turn your torso over to the right, and then reach your right arm up and over. Reach for those toes. Keep pressing your ribs up towards the sky. Stretch it out through your obliques here, the side of the belly. This should feel like a little extra space here that you're creating for the baby to move around. And then release the hands back into the center. And see if you can fold a little deeper. Maybe it's a little easier. And then walk the hands towards you. I kept you busy today with our practice, so we're gonna skip our pelvic floor muscle exercises. Of course, you can do them as you are in Shavasana if you like, but please make sure you definitely do them tonight before you go to bed and keep that meditative, nice long breath. As you inhale, remember that you are stretching and expanding the pelvic floor muscles, and as you exhale, at the end of your exhale, that's when you pull them in and you hold them for maybe a count or two, and then you continue with your breath. So let's set up for our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. You guys have worked hard for it and you deserve it. Feel free to just come into a seat and work with your pelvic floor muscle exercises. That's absolutely an option. If that's not an option, you just want to rest, I completely understand. If you have the props, feel free to create that L shape at the back of your mat and place a pillow or a blanket or a couple blankets actually right on top of that, and then come into that reclining position. You can always come into your side and hike up the top leg as you keep the bottom leg straight. Hike up the top leg and make sure that the knee and the ankle are at the same height, hip height. You can always come legs up the wall with a pillow or a couple pillows underneath your sacrum. Obviously not if you're above 34 weeks or so. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out. Relax the hands wherever it may feel comfortable for you. Completely surrender into the mat, completely let go. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And begin to awaken your body. You can start wiggling fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles. You can roll the head from side to side if you're able to. And take a deep stretch. Send the hands back over the head. Stretch the legs out. And as you keep the eyes closed as lazily as possible, press the palms into the ground, coming up into a comfortable seat. Take your time to get there. Take your time to unwind. Roll the shoulders back and over the hips, sitting nice and tall once again. Just rest your hands on your lap, on your thighs, on your knees, and just take a moment to reconnect to your breath. Take a moment to notice your breath, notice your body, notice any shifts, any changes, any adjustments. Take a moment to reconnect to that intention if you set one at the beginning. And if you didn't set one, perhaps now you feel more inspired to set one. You're training for a marathon, and what is the number one thing that will keep you strong throughout this whole entire journey? Let's take the palms together in front of the heart. Let's press the thumbs into the center of the chest, lift the sternum up to lengthen the spine, grow a couple inches taller. Ladies, let's take a deep breath in through the nose together. Let it out through the mouth. Thank you so very much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.